Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a really fabulous dinner idea if you are summer entertaining and you need to feed a crowd. It is my Tequila Lime Chicken Fajitas. I love this idea because you can pile everything on one big platter, bring it to the table, and let your guests dig in. The meal becomes really interactive and fun, and it's just something different than, the same old hamburger and hot dogs. Let me show you how to put it together. So the first thing we're gonna do is create the marinade for the chicken. Now, the nice thing about marinating with tequila and lime is it doesn't take very long to do the trick. So you really only need to marinate this for 20 to 30 minutes. You let that chicken sit too long in the lime juice, the acid will actually start to cook it, almost like ceviche, and you'll end up with chicken that has a bit of a rubbery texture. So really 30 minutes will do the trick. Add the zest and juice of 1 lime, 3 tablespoons of tequila. Now, if you don't drink, you could leave the tequila out and I would just add another lime. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 garlic clove that has been minced, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, and some red pepper flakes to taste. And then you're also gonna add 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped cilantro. And that's all you have to do. And then just stir this all up until nice and combined. And then we're gonna add 3 large chicken breasts. Now, I do like to use the kind that have been either pounded yourself, or you can ask your butcher for cutlets. That way the chicken will be thinner and it'll cook a lot quicker and it works a bit better for fajitas. Then we're gonna let this chicken just hang out in this marinade for about 20 to 30 minutes. You can pop it in the fridge, and then we're gonna prep the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so to prep our vegetables, we're gonna be using a cast iron skillet. The reason I like to use cast iron is because you're gonna end up getting those nice char marks on the peppers and the onions, much like you would if you ordered fajitas in a restaurant. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan. So we're gonna saute up the onions first, and then we're gonna add our peppers. I like to do a mix in the summertime of red, yellow, green, whatever you have will do. And then we're gonna season with salt and pepper and a little bit of dried oregano. And then just let them cook. And in fact, the least amount of time that you can spend stirring them, the better, because then they will get that nice char marks. And then once they're cooked, you can kind of just set them aside. We're gonna reheat them right before we serve them, but once they're tender, just turn off the flame and put them to the back of your cooktop. So this dinner works really well either on an outdoor grill or an indoor grill. And then we're going to take our chicken out of the marinade, and I would just pat it down a bit to make sure that you're not taking like soaking wet chicken and putting it on a grill, because then it's just gonna steam up on you. You're not gonna get those beautiful char marks. In fact, if you wanted to put a little bit of olive oil just on the chicken, that's a good thing to do because it'll help it become nice and golden brown. And then we're just gonna grill our chicken for about 5 to 7 minutes on either side, just until it's cooked through. And then once it is cooked, you're going to remove it and place it on a plate and just allow that chicken to rest. We don't want to cut into it right away, because if we do, all the juices will spill out and we'll end up with a dry piece of chicken. So just let it rest and keep those juices intact, because we want to grill our tortillas. See how well all of this works out? The timing is everything when you're entertaining. You want to grill, I would say, anywhere from 8 to 10 tortillas. I really like to use those uncooked tortillas because I think they're so chewy and delicious, a little bit more gourmet for something like this. As those tortillas are done, you can start to place them on your platter and just kind of fold them over. And that way it'll make it really easy for guests to assemble their little fajita tacos once everything's ready to go. So while you're grilling your tortillas, this is a really good time to dispatch one of your friends who comes in the kitchen and asks what they can do to make some homemade guacamole, because this is really good served with my chunky guacamole. And I'll leave you that recipe in the description. At that stage, you want to reheat your peppers quickly, or you really could even serve them at room temperature, up to you. And then you're gonna place those next to your tortillas. And for the chicken, I like to slice that just kind of on the diagonal. Try to keep it intact, because then it makes it really easy to just slide your chef knife under the chicken and transfer the whole lot onto the platter. And then you can take your little lime wedges and tuck the limes in and around the chicken. And then for a finishing touch, I do like to take just some fresh sprigs of cilantro and place that on top of the chicken. See, and you have one festive looking platter ready to go. And let all your guests serve themselves. They can take a tortilla, put some of that chicken and the peppers, and of course, a big dollop of the homemade guacamole. It is quite a sensational dinner party food that is fun and interactive. You'll get everybody helping in the kitchen. And it's just another way to use your grill this summer that's a little bit more fun and festive. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. Subscribe for more quick and easy recipes, and I will see you back here next week with another one. Until then, bye.